Witam serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku naszej serii Zagrajmy w Divinity Original Sin 1. Tak jak mówiłem, ogarnąłem trochę craftingu, głównie groty do strzał. Srebrne groty do strzał, których mam aż 31. Jeden zatruty. Zatrute strzały mogą się nam w tym odcinku przydać. No i dotarłem do więzienia w Hiberheimie. O właśnie. Leć. Odkryj nam portala. Okej, teraz mogę użyć już teleportu. Więzienie. Ej, ale skrzyni tu nie ma. A była. Dobra, nieważne, lecimy. Quick save. Dobra. Czyli na razie nie podchodzimy do niego, nie chcemy zmarnować lootu, chyba że... Chwila. Ta. Telekineza tak bardzo. Granat. Bardzo konkretny kijaszek. Sprawdzę, czy jej się nie przydadzą. A tutaj pas. Otwieranie zamków na sprzedaż. W tej skrzyneczce granat terroru, o, bardzo dobra rzecz. O, Claymore, bardzo mi się może przydać. Bo w tym odcinku najpewniej będę musiał się mierzyć z Boreasem. A Boreasa leczą obrażenia od żywiołu, więc ile ten mieczyk zdaje mniej obrażeń. Znacznie. Ale nie leczy gnoja. A, tylko to jest kondycja, siła woli, mnóstwo też innych rzeczy. Dobra, to jednak będzie claim, ten dwuręczniak. Chociaż nie powiem. Wiem, że już widziałem, że Boreas generalnie będzie problemem. To jest upierdliwy przeciwnik. Czy upierdliwy będzie, bo prawie niczym go nie będę uszkadzał poza trucizną. To, że w ogóle go można uszkodzić trucizną.
Source Hunter, you have found us. Oh, but look at her. She has been encased in ice, so unyielding you find me at a loss. I admit it. For I've no idea what sorcery, or dare I, like I said. So far, my attempts at rescuing her have been about as effective as trapping a robin's shadow. This frost-touched magic isn't Leandra's doing. It has Boreas written on...
No właśnie.
There she is, the White Witch, a prisoner in ice.
I wonder what sorcery, or worse,
I don't know how long she'll
sorcery,
last within that ice.
we'll have to use to get her out.
Ta, Boreasa niestety trzeba będzie pokonać, żeby tu ruszyć wątek. I to jest właśnie powód, dla którego ja się trochę bawiam tego, jak to będzie szło, bo Boreas niestety ma taką pierliwą cechę. Jak już go zobaczymy. Odporności. Trucizna go nie leczy. Bardzo leczy go woda, więc generalnie Jahan będzie leczył i robił rzeczy inne ważne, no... On nie ma w ogóle możliwości zdawania obrażeń, które tego gnoja nie leczą. Tutaj w sumie mogę mieć spokojnie szczęście. A tu mam z kolei znacznie lepszego kijaszka, więc ten będzie na sprzedaż. Będzie to już na następnym poziomie, więc... O, mam tu jedną porcję rudy srebra i 5 porcji rudy żelaza, o których zapomniałem. As usual. No. Ekipo, podchodzimy.
There thou art! The upstart that seeketh to upset the harmony of Hyla. Huh? 'Tis a pity thou dost, intruder, for thou shalt spend eternity in ice. Fairy, I have marcheth to the gallows. How they mocketh me, my brother seasons. Thou art the ugliest courter, they saith to my frozen face. Thou art the blemish of the year. Fool that thou art, my brothers! 'Tis easy when thou hast but to wish upon a well, and the generous pit delivereth unto thee the power of chaos. It doth whisper, the demon straight into my wintry wit. The stone of stars, no more doth she ask of me. The stone and blood of imps. In return, strong are they, these immaculates, stronger than thee. For thy wield the powers of darkest demons. And stronger than thee I am too, the lord of Ever.
Mam wyższy poziom. Na szczęście on mało efektywnie póki co działa. Thanks the god. Dobra. Ty łap hejsta. A ty łap truciznę. Bo właśnie trucizna jest jego chyba największą słabością. Jahan. Zwiększ nam HP całej ekipy. Biorąc pod uwagę jego statystyki, wątpię, żeby to coś dało, ale spróbujmy gnoja spowolnić. Niestety. As I suspected, it didn't work. I nie da się go powalić. Wonderful. Kaleczenie może. No nie weszło, ale da się go w ogóle tym ruszyć. O, great. I to jest najgorsza część tej walki. Żywiołaki. I niestety ma wszystkie. A, super, jeszcze 2 fragmenty żywiołaka lodu. Zdecydowanie pójdzie młynek. Bo na szczęście wojowniczka będzie przed tymi gnojami. Ale nie zmienia to faktu, że w Boreasa strzelam tym trucizną. Burn! No właśnie, plus ten żywiołak wody, jego można uszkodzić elektrycznością. Więc Jahan go załatwi. A tymczasem Boreas niech żre truciznę. Nie no, to że Boreasa można ruszyć w ogóle trucizną jest piękne. Bez tego byłoby ciężko. O, a ten żywiołak wody lodu wiele nie zrobi. Dobra, jeden gnojek padł. O! A dobra, to nie jego hapeki były, tylko tamty jego miniona. Takie małe upierdliwe głinko. O, Borea został w plecy. Cudownie. Au! Truciznę? Okej. Żywiołak lodu. Bąk. I gin. Wow! That was quick. Myślałem, że będzie... Znaczy inaczej. Poszło łatwo, bo go szybko zabiłem. Bo generalnie... No i generalnie, że mam za wysoki poziom na tę lokację, bo to też na pewno nie zaszkodziło nam, że mamy dużo więcej HP niż i innych parametrów niż powinienem mieć na tym etapie.
I feel better already.
Tak, te buty są świetne, bo jeśli dobrze pamiętam, dają prędkość, no właśnie, więc 5 pancerza i 4 odporności na obrażenia od powietrza nie jest, 4 punkty procenta to nie jest wystarczający benefit, żebym z nich zeznał. Nie użyłem granatów, a mogłem.
Lucky find!
Holy Hand Grenade. O, laskę żyją.
Hero, 'tis I, the Summer King. Hold out of the way. It's Lurian's turn. Well, I thought the day would never come. Thanks for giving old Carrot Face the great melt. We and the Earth Kingdom owe you a tremendous... what? Well, you'll have to wait your turn. Oh, for the love of all that's igni... I'll answer that. We are the sovereigns of the seasons, kind hero. And we thank you for saving us from our rather deranged brother, the one-time king of winter. We overheard a crafty little imp named Gigix tell Boreas that the staff can only be destroyed where it was created. The elemental form. Better the crackle of embers than this idiot. Oh, cover your ears, hero. Nothing whips up a flame like the elemental forge.
Treasure!
Dancing devil sprats, comrade. A talking staff. Burn it before its sauce tendrils start leeching your eye jelly.
Yes, yes. Please smash that evil piece of craftsmanship before I end up pregnant with sauce homunculi.
Szkoda, że jednoręczne, ja mam postać broń dwuręczną, bo muszę przyznać, całkiem intrygujące. Oczyszczające płomienie jako wbudowane zaklęcie. Czy komukolwiek mogę to dać bez strat? Tak, Jahanowi, wyśmienicie, jeszcze dodatek magowi. Wow! Nie no, super, po prostu gdyby nie to, że muszę to fabularnie zrobić, to bym tego kijaszka za nic nie chciał rozmontować. Dobra, ten szpej na razie niech trzyma nasza szanowna wojowniczka. No, a też od razu wszyscy mają pełne hapeczki, bo... realnie rzecz ujmując... Cóż... Zwiększanie hapeków zrobiło swoje. Ta, wiem, że muszę rozmontować kijaszkę, żeby ją uwolnić, ale... Tak, dla formalności jeszcze...
Not even a crack.
A, w sumie on ma hajs. Przecież, więc... Cyk. Cyk.
It seems the Winter King has woven ice too rare and powerful for mere fire. I don't know how long she'll last within. I've tried my very best, and will try anew. But so far this damnable ice scoffs at my every effort.
To jest do wytwarzania i zostaje. Dołóż hajs, a jeszcze dołóż hajs na narzędzie do rozbrojenia pułapków. Bardzo dziękuję.
Quite so.
Dobra, myślałem, że gość coś powie przynajmniej. I nie powiem, spodziewałem się, że walka z Boreasem będzie dłuższa. No tak, normalnie bym musiał się jeszcze przetłukiwać przez pokalanych. Ale hej! Przecież już ich wymordowałem. Tu te hałdy. Zwłok. Mordowanych tylko po to, by uzyskać krew. No, ale przynajmniej popchniemy do przodu wątek fabularny znacząco w tym odcinku, bo pokonaliśmy Boreasa, uwolnimy lodową wiedźmę w końcu. Ale jeszcze zanim to jeszcze bym sprawdził, czy tutaj mogę przetopić rudy. Nie. Okej. To na razie jeszcze to potrzymasz chwilę, przez chwilę, Jahan. Tutaj ten cudowny kijaszek niestety muszę.
Sister, we are free. And who is this? Can it be that but this is no mortal, I see. Strange, you take the guise of a source hunter. But I shall of course honor your chosen form. Indeed, I suppose I should have expected that Boreas always did dance uncomfortably close to the dark arts. No, like fools, we waited for his pride, his hunger for more and ever more power. We, and with us all the subjects of the realm of Fairy, do owe you our lives. So I am King Sewer of the Summer Kingdom of Caldia, brother, alongside the other elemental monarchs, to the unfortunate and insane Boreas. In earlier days, we ruled the four realms of Fairy in relative peace, each of us the master of our own kingdom. But something changed in Boreas. He grew darker somehow, more than was typical of his usual. When our brother called the elemental seats to convene in Heimerheim, we were ecstatic. Boreas seemed again interested. When we arrived, however, it was not Boreas who greeted us, but a dark figure. A woman with a stare like blackest fire.
No tak.
I listened closely when I could to Boreas' doings. From what I could tell, it seems this woman had little contact with our deranged brother. After the initiation, she gave him us, contained, and in return he gave her access to his great star stone, and scores of imps he'd invited to Heimerheim. After that, the two parted. Source Hunter, it would be my sincerest honor. We best be on our way then. The spring and autumn kingdoms won't rule themselves, you know. May our paths cross soon, Source Hunter.
Ta. No to lecimy z powrotem do więzienia, no tu jest sporo tego... Tu jest sporo tych rzeczy fabularnych, ale spoko, bo przynajmniej nie ma, jak to zdarzało się w niektórych odcinkach, że szukam drogi. No i tym razem przynajmniej nie pozbawiłem części z was słuchu, jak to było ostatnio, gdy znając życie im, to jak bardzo parskałem śmiechem, gdy przewracał się ten głupek... ten głupek... Brachus Rex. Ten głupi Brachus Rex się przewracał.
It seems the Winter King has woven ice too rare and powerful
There she
for
is.
mere fire.
This is your white witch then. And you're sure you want to free her, are you? Even our mad Boreas wouldn't have wasted such pressure. But I am in your debt, and I would be remiss not to honor you.
Ta. Ja obstałem, że ma to trochę inne powody, czyli jego układ z Leandrą.
Goddess, it's colder than a witch's teat. How very callous of Leandra to inter her only sister in a barren tundra for eternity.
Ikara, you're all right? The ice.
And yet not even a frigid hell like this could induce you to put on a shirt, could it, Ahu? My old friend.
That honor goes to a pair of talented source hunters, actually. If not for their efforts, I'd be quite useless.
Then perhaps I ought to address my savior directly.
Well, what a motley crew we are. Isn't there somewhere a bit warmer we might discuss matters? Ah, yes, of course, of course. Do pardon me. I didn't mean to imply you were very clearly eternal beings in the guise...
First things first, Source Hunter. For my freedom, I owe you every imaginable thanks. My soul had withered. Now, about the culprits. My corrupted sister and the... When I realized exactly where, and to whom Leandra was consigning me. But neither she nor I anticipated the Source Hunter. That was her mistake.
I never would have imagined... Oh, yes, I suppose I am. But I do prefer my given name. Ikara, that is. But I hope I haven't disappointed my own hero. Am I just as white and witchy?
I take no pleasure in the memory of that night. The thought of hurting anyone. If you've come this far, I trust you've learned that the Counselor was far from a humble civil servant. This doesn't excuse... It's a sordid story, to be perfectly frank. Two sisters, a philanderous, treacherous wizard, death and mayhem. The sparkle in your eye belies your better nature, Source Hunter. Now I know that it is your duty to get to the heart of this. And, in truth, the events of that night were but one part...
Now that terrible night...
No, cutscenka.
One night, as I slept, I had a sudden revelation. No dream, but a vision. My sister Leandra and my lover Zandalor. I didn't understand, but I recognized their location. Syceel's King Crab Inn. I arrived and looked through their window, but inside, everything was wrong. Leandra had fled, and Counselor Jake stood over the wizard, a knife in his hand and hate in his eyes. As I watched, he drove the dagger deep into Zandalor's heart, and I was too late to stop him. In that moment, I broke. I saw before me not a man, not even a beast, but evil incarnate. And I used Source to slay him. On the floor lay Zandalor. In my hands, I held Jake's life force. I had sworn never to use Source, but I couldn't walk away. And so I did the unthinkable. I used the Counselor's life to save Zandalor's. He was alive, but only just. Betrayal. Murder. Source. We were all of us guilty now. If you were any other Source Hunter, I suppose you'd strike me down where I stand after that terrible My own little sister, if you can imagine it.
No ja bym oczywiście zabił z radością, ale fabuła wymaga, żeby tego nie robić.
She had no fear of the darkness that so often accompanies Source. Her collusion with King Boreas in imprisoning me here confirms my worst fears. She is planning something far for this reason, and with a heavy heart. I must ask you, Source Hunter.
I hate to extend my own invitation, Source Hunter, but I believe I ought to accompany you to Zigzax's hideout. Presumptuous, yes,
but I'd recognize the imp's essence just about. Both he and you must learn more about the darkness that has extended itself into our dearest Rivellon. Ah, but unless that's a bear flailing through the threads of time, I do believe Master Zigzags is on his way. Make way, Source Hunter Land.
Hunters, you've done it! Ikara is free! We have much to discuss. Come one and all to the end of time. A spot of something warm and the soft glow of the tapestry ought to do us all a bit of good. Ikara, now, if we're done playing hide and seek, let's not waste a jot more time. Oh, I just can't wait to pick your every synapse.
After you, Master Zigzags.
So that's the White Witch, eh? I expected someone a little more evil. I can't say I'd cut her down from a stake, but she sure has fewer horns than I expected.
Here is a woman clearly deserving of respect, Medora. Please, for once, let not your source-addled presumptions cloud your judgment.
Ja akurat z radością mi rozpalił stos, bo użytkownicy zrobiła to
We've
syf.
solved the murder and caught the culprit, yet this case feels anything but closed.
The witch killed the councillor. Murder is murder, and that's all there is to it.
Fortunately, the witch is now...
No właśnie. O, pragmatyzm. Z tego co pamiętam jest mniej opłacalny. A, on miał mieć romantyzm, na szczęście nadal go ma. Bo zdecydowanie wolę jednak. Wolałbym rozwiązać to w ten sposób. Tak, jeszcze żeby było śmieszniej, mamy tu inwazję, cały czas bombardowanie ze strony demona. Demonów znaczy się.
How might I serve our mission? The tapestry of time has not been struck by flaming debris as yet. Why? I see Master Zigzags has upgraded from his shabby little hut at the edge of the hour, from the fairy dimension to the, space-time weaver hunter imp one. What do you call this place again? Ha! Is that so? It seems I have my share to learn about the magical world yet. The end of time. Well, I must say, it's no small relief to find myself in a safe haven among such allies. I believe the answer to that begins centuries ago, when your order was still... Ours was a family of born sorcerers, you see. It was in our blood to interact with Source. But our parents were determined to curse still. Their meekness wouldn't save them from the Source Hunters. I am. But there is more to our kind than they teach at your academy. Source isn't only blood and madness. We sorcerers are like metal steeples. Source is drawn to us, but what so many fail to understand is that Source can be controlled. The power drunk through history have abused it. Tell me, Source Hunter, in all your hours studying the arcane arts, did you ever hear, even once, that some of us were weak and gentle? That we could be... No. I doubt also that they'd mention that one day this hunt of yours would birth a broken soul powerful enough to inch all... No. No, that would be going too far, and eschewing my own responsibility. I believe Leandra's long fall down did begin at the hands of some of your own order, but they came a quiet morning. My mother was wild with fright and commanded me to hide myself and Leandra outside, among the trees. We climbed high into the branches of a nearby tree, and the Source Hunters sauntered away, wiping their blades with pride. Two more sorcerers. From that moment on, everything was different. As we trembled in that tree, our fear and our desperation, we would survive, thrive even within those woods, never speaking to outsiders. Our soul forge meant that Leandra's capacity was enormous. Source didn't frighten her, and she delved into that dark well with terrible regularity. My sister and I were mired in a solitary existence. Leandra especially couldn't leave him be. He was a feast of information, and she wouldn't. Their days were spent on charms, hexes, and the like. At night, Leandra would wander off to practice what she'd learned, and Zandalor and I would settle into we were a content trio, the three of us, but base impulse would. As you know, Leandra and I were soul-forged. This offered us a window into one another's souls. But it was me to whom he confessed his love. Those quiet evenings together, her heart broke the moment we announced our new attachment, and I felt the pain of it as sharply as a knife. She fled, without a word, and my connection to her, our soul forge, grew weaker. It was as though some third entity weave a single order of business first and foremost. Leandra is gathering an army, but first, we must learn more about Leandra's plans. Your journey must begin in the Lacula mines, where she has been accumulating materials and manpower for a purpose as yet unknown. The way will be dangerous. Her allies are growing more powerful. A soul forge comes with its own benefits, Source Hunter. Though our connection has weakened, I still see the occasional vision of Leandra's one vision. I had thought it was only a nightmare, but now I see it was something much worse. Leandra is her frustrations are rivaled only by her mirth. I can see she's growing closer and closer to achieving something dire. You must make your way deep into the mines to see the way may be treacherous, but you must get inside. I fear my sister is doing something dreadful, so I believe that our soul forge has been damaged. By what? I can only guess. The fraying of the bond between us has left Leandra at what she needs is a hand. I cannot condone the terrible things she's done, but I can seek to understand them. With our soul forge in such... What's more, I sense a terrible force bearing down upon the bond between us. It is hungry, and it consumes ever more of Leandra's mind and soul. If I could only repair the fall...
Yeah.
Ouch! These bleeding meteors have burnt holes in my favorite sneakers of all. You'll have to redouble your efforts, my friend. You'll have those scallywags. They are diluting Starstone with blood magic. You have to trace this sect back.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. Ah, yes, that was a small fib on my part, I'm afraid. Zandalor is known as the Keeper of the Source, after all. And I didn't know... And what might those be?
O, ma już więcej hajsu z powrotem, ale ja nie mam szpeju na sprzedaż, więc... Doesn't matter. W ogóle mnie ciekawi, co w ogóle mi ją po prostu olał jej uwalnianie i... Udał się od razu do kopalni. No właśnie. Chociaż pewnych informacji fabularnych by zabrakło. No ale udało nam się trochę ruszyć fabułę do przodu.
Psst. Over here. Come over here quickly, but be as quiet as a mouse. What are you waiting for? Come here, but for the love of the gods, be still. I can't believe it. I never thought I'd see another human face uncorrupted by immaculate madness. I hid when I heard your voice, but you don't look like the lunatics here that slave the dead. Will I escape this infernal pit after all? Will I escape the... I'm Mykas, a craftsman from Hunter's Edge, a village some miles to the east of here. Orcs raided our town and sold us to the goblins as slaves. Little did we know that they were to pass us on. Yeah, you heard me right. Necromancers. My family, my friends, they were all turned into undead slaves by those most deviant of sorcerers and forced to unearth tenebrium. Because of the tenebrium, of course. That stuff will give you rot right quickly, and after that, rot will kill you right. So that's what they do, the vile maniacs. They procure people, slaughter them, and wrench their souls back from the shores of death to mine the days away. I don't even know why they do it. Tenebrium, the worst. I can't imagine a crueler death. They say some genius up in Silverglen first hired the goblins to clear away Tenebrium when his miners started to fall ill. Them nasty critters are in. The goblins aren't immune at all. They just wanted to take possession of the mine. Their chief, a sickening brute called Sadakandras, simply forced everyone out. Those who put up a struggle were speared and sacrificed to goblin. Then, away from prying eyes, the Immaculates moved in, and the undead horror began. Those fools of goblins don't even realise they're no more than cogs in the Immaculate machine. Why, I've even seen enough. You make it sound like a carnival dropped by. Carnage, more like. Mayhem and death. That's what the orcs spread. To think we thought ourselves lucky they didn't eat us all on the spot, but rounded us up to be sold into slavery. We espy the seven I don't know. Never have I seen anything like them. They're creatures dressed in knight's armour that's to even think about them is to struggle with almost irrepressible panic. What about them? Indeed, bunch of loons. I haven't the foggiest what their plans are, but it has nothing to do with mining for silver, and that's a goddamn certainty. Them and their goddess-lording ways seem to have taken hold in Silverglen. But I bet the people curse their ignorance and curse their gullibility. Immaculates, the real ones I mean, the ones in power, they are setting something in motion that I'm afraid I've been navigating these mine shafts rather like a fish out of water. All I can do is advise you to leave and don't look. The necromancers weave powerful magic, and as I fled, I nearly ran into one of the Hell Lords. Had it seen me, had I met its eyes, I know I'd have gone mad. I looked away. Only darkness, as will I. It's just that I'm torn. Should I hang low right here just a little bit longer, or should I make a run?
Better hang low. The woods aren't exactly safe.
And these mines are? He should at least try to make his escape.
Who knows how many more goblins await outside? No, it's safer in here.
Whatever awaits out there can't be as categorical.
Tutaj akurat nie mam pojęcia, co wylosować. Tak szczerze, dlatego klikałem randomowo trochę te opcje. No co jest? No, ucieknie. A przynajmniej spróbuję.
Have it your.
Yeah, you're right. Better make a dash for it while I've still got a chance. But wait a moment. Who's that you've got with you? Medora, is that you? Found another.
You've recognized her rightly.
The one and...
Ah, so it is you, you chicken-livered craven. Rolled out the map for the orcs in Hunter's Edge and come to do the same for the Hell Lords here, is that it? And your face. Looks like one of the townsfolk sliced you up before you managed to sell them to Grutilda, eh? Well, to hell with you. In any case, now...
So. Great. Jeden inicjatywy na niej straciłem. A bezpośrednio się dla mojej postaci akurat... Dla mojej drużyny akurat chyba przydatniejsze jednak. Bo odporności na te wkurzające statusy zawsze w cenie. O, strzały ogniowe. Biorę. A, to jest wyjście. Great. Cudownie. Jak zawsze zorganizowane, nie? No ale dobra, to jest też dobry moment w sumie, żeby zakończyć ten odcinek. I między odcinkami przetworzę resztę tego metalu na sztabki przynajmniej, tych ród, które moja drużyna ma, bo coś czuję, że w tej kopalni znajdziemy sporo materiałów. I to właśnie tam oczywiście ruszymy w kolejnym odcinku, gdyż w końcu jest jednoznaczny cel. Miejsce, które absolutnie na bank jest ważnym celem, nie? A nie takie, że czy to tutaj mam iść, czy gdzieś indziej. No ale tym, co tam dokładnie w tych kopalniach znajdziemy, to się zajmę w kolejnych odcinkach. O właśnie, jeszcze tobie wymienię te umiejki. Bo w tym odcinku to byłoby na tyle. Dzięki za uwagę. Zapraszam na kolejne. Cześć!